Hey there, my gorgeous friends on the internet. If you're making a new JavaScript or TypeScript application, there's probably two really important packages that you're going to be using for tooling in every project, pretty much. One of them is you're going to need a formatter, right? You're going to need something that's going to get rid of all the spaces in your code. It's going to make it look nice, snug. I see your code. I see that Prettier is going to need to do 2 swipes of that to make it clean. God damn it, what did you do? And the other one's going to be a linter, right? Something like ESLint that's going to give you like suggestions, like, oh, you missed an alt tag, for example, on an image. So it's going to give you a warning or an error message. Or like if you have a variable that's unused, it's going to like flag that. But ESLint's been a bane of my existence. And today I'm excited to share that we've done a switch over to Biome, and I'll show you everything about it. So let's go. Okay, let's talk about Prettier. There's nothing like inherently wrong with Prettier. It's pretty good in terms of like it stays out of my way. That's why I loved about it the most. And that's kind of the way I like these toolings to work, you know? I just add it to my project and it does all the things that it needs to do and I don't need to touch it. So it's really unopinionated. It's really nice. And then you can just have a little file that has like a Prettier RC, and in there you can do like, hey, I want my formatting to be single quotes or double quotes or stuff like that. But it supports a lot, right? It supports JSX, it supports TypeScript, all the CSS stuff, Markdown, YAML, HTML, right? It even has support for Vue and Angular and stuff like that. But the main, like, only gripe I really have with this is that it was written in JavaScript, right? And we've seen this huge trend now that pretty much 99% of the Rust jobs out there are just probably for some sort of JavaScript tooling. So as much as I love this one, Biome is the new one, which kind of combines the two worlds together, where it does kind of Prettier, the formatting side of things, and then the linting side of things, all in one. And it's written in Rust, so it's gonna be 10,000 times faster. And not to say that Prettier is perfect, there's some really weird quirks for it. And on Biome here, they actually have a difference. Like, how does it compare? And you're gonna see these inconsistencies. For example, for computed keys here, we have one in a class here, right? But we have one in an object as well. But when you format it, as you can see, it adds parentheses on this one, but it doesn't add it to the class one. Why? Who decided that? And then, for example, here, right, when you have an arrow function, it adds a comma there for some reason. Probably one of the more annoying things that I have problems with Prettier is this non-null asserted optional chains. I kind of pulled out the example from here in ChatGPT. I think it's a bit easier to see. But let's say you have something like this. You have parentheses, and then you have A question mark B, right? Meaning that A might not be there, right? So we add the optional chain there, and then we say B, but B could still be technically null, right? So we add the non-null assertion there, which is the exclamation mark. And then when you format that, what it really should say is this, right? So A, and you have the optional chain there with the B, and then the B, right? We add the non-null assertion to that. But Prettier outputs it like this. So it adds the non-null assertion to everything. So it's just a bit redundant and it's a bit annoying. Now with ESLint, I love ESLint. It made me I feel like such a better programmer because it teaches you to follow a specific standard, right? If you're not catching an error, it's gonna say, hey, you're not handling the error here. You got to do that. Otherwise, you're going to run into problems later on. So it does teach you how to become a better programmer. Again, the only problem I have with this, again, is that it's written in bloody JavaScript, which that kind of was kind of its big advantage as well, because then all the plugins that you could write for it are written in JavaScript, so everyone can just hop in and write a new plugin. Whereas with Biome now, that's written in Rust, so then you have to figure all of that out. But it is what it is. I honestly just want these things to work, right? I don't want to necessarily go through and explore all the different rules, because setting up an ESLint file, for me, this is personally me, honestly feels like Webpack. I feel like I'm having PTSD, I'm on the warfield, bombs and rockets are flying about, and I have to do this bloody file. And that's like, if we're ending up spending more time in the ESLint file trying to get all the rules up, I always kind of wished that there was something I could just install and then it has all the good rules, just most of the good rules, and it just works and it's really fast and it just stays out of my way. And here we are. Let me tell you, I installed Biome and it's been a fantastic joy. And let me show you how you can get up and going as well. I should also mention this, but ESLint does have more rules currently to Biome, but they're catching up really nicely. And currently on their roadmap, the HTML support is not there. So if you are a Svelte user or an Astor user that relies on these templates, you are not invited to the Biome party. They'll allow you in the parking lot and around the building, just not inside where we're having fun. But yeah, HTML support's not there yet. JSDoc support's coming, Markdown as well, and then the plugin system, which is going to be the big thing. So to install Biome, I guess I could show you in VS Code as well, but it's super simple there. I mean, you just go to the extension tab here and you search a Biome and you install it. And that's pretty much it. Here it is. Boom, done. For NeoVim, it's a bit different. Not really that much more complicated, but if you want to check out my Kickstart, that's going to be in the description. So it's all up and running there with Biome and everything. I just recently updated it. But what essentially I'm using for formatting here is going to be conform. So this comes with like NVim Kickstart by default. And then the only change that you're going to need to do here is to change these things, right? So you can add your CSS to do a Biome check, JSON, TypeScript. I honestly don't need like JavaScript, React, and JavaScript on its own because it's mostly TypeScript now. But make sure you also do Biome check here rather than Biome because that will also allow us to kind of format class names for like Tailwind and stuff like that. So have that there. So this is your formatting. Make sure, you also need to have it installed here through Mason. So make sure you search up Biome. There we go. And then you hit I on that to install it. And that's pretty much it. And Kickstart also comes with EnvimLint. So if you do EnvimLint, you'll be able to see it right here. And for the linting here, you have to say Biome.js like that. Okay, so I defined it for TypeScript. I defined it for TypeScript React as well. And you are good to go. That's all you need. Now that we have everything installed, I'll just go here to one of my projects, and you can also run this command npx biome init like that, which is going to generate you a biome.json file. And this is great, right? So you can basically replace your ESLint JSON and also your Prettier JSON file, and now you only have one. And let me tell you, it also looks cleaner and simpler, which I highly appreciate. So let me kind of quickly show you. Here's the schema for it. These are not too important here. Here for the formatter, I have this enabled, right? Then you get the indent style, so you can do tab or spaces here. I have it on tab, and as you can see, the way I have it is that it starts highlighting depending which line I'm on, which is super cool. And this is basically indent line in NVim. So if I just go here, let me quickly show you cd. I'll head back to cd config NVim. Here we go. And then in here, let me show you the indent line. So this is what I'm using. I have Kanagawa as well for the styling. So I'm basically outputting a line here for the indent. And then when it's highlighted, I just add the color to it. But you can also specify the line width here. So things like don't stretch out all the way. If I go here, for example, so as you can see, this arrow component stretches all the way there. But let's see if I add more text, it's going to format it like that. So it's 100, that's the limit. So you can kind of modify and specify how you want it. Now, if I want something specific for my formatter, this is really cool. Check it out. I can just specify it like this, JavaScript formatter, and I can do quote style. For example, I can do double quotes, but if I change this to single and hit save, I might need to restart this. But check out all my import tags now at the top. So if I hit save, look at them. All of them got changed to a single quote. I'm gonna keep it on the double quotes. I just wanted to show you how it works. So let's switch this back to double. Semicolons as well. I just put as needed, but that's gonna basically get rid of them. I don't tend to like to use them. There's other stuff like arrow parentheses. Basically, if you only have one parameter in your arrow function, it's not gonna need it, so it's gonna get rid of it. And also like trailing commas and stuff like that. So there's a couple of options you can mess around here, but it's super easy to kind of just set this up in format, which I really like. I don't know why the other like ESLint and Prettier configuration just seems so much more complicated. I guess because you have to bridge the gap between them, so you need like plugins for everything as well. So if you want Prettier to work with ESLint, you're going to need the Prettier ESLint plugin. And then if you want a JSX plugin, TypeScript plugin, it just gets too crazy. So it's quite nice to just have it all built in here. For linters as well, you can like set up your rules here. I just have the recommended setup, which has been fantastic, honestly. It sketches like everything that's really important important. For example, in my, like if I go, let's go over to root here, right? So for example, if I don't have, let's remove the language here, right? Hit save and look at that. Provide a language attribute when using a HTML tag. So it catches that. It's super nice. Let's put it back so it's not erroring out anymore. There we go. Lang, en. There we go. Let's try maybe like an unused variable as well. So if I head over maybe here, well, if I define a variable, for example, colons test equals 2, hit save. As you can see, test is declared, but its value is never used. So that gets caught as well. Okay, fantastic. I want to sort out your Tailwind stuff as well. This is still, they have this like nursery thing, which is basically things that are still in beta and they're working on it, but it works really well and I highly recommend you check it out. It's called use sorted classes. Here for the level, I added error. You can also do warn if you want. For the fix, I put in safe. And then you can also specify if you're using specific functions that it needs to be aware of. So if I'm using like chat.cn, it might be wrapped in like a cn parentheses, so you can tell it, hey, those are the ones as well that I want to sort out. And it works fantastic. So if I head over to, let's go here to the lessons log, for example, let's scroll down. Let's see if we have a bunch of classes. Here we go. So as you can see, these are all unsorted in red because that's how I put it as an error. But if I hit enter now, look at that. All of that got sorted out really, really nicely for you. And it's nice because it puts like the MB stuff at the end. So here as well, see MD, it's all separate here. But let me tell you, this has been such a pleasure to work with. And it's, again, like, I honestly didn't have any problem with ESLint and Prettier, other than it just feels like a bit complex to set up. And it's sometimes a bit slow. It feels like if you played games before, like online multiplayer games as well. I remember when I was a kid, like the internet wasn't too good back then. So I always play League with a bit of lag. And I feel like I kind of got used to kind of playing in a certain way where I'm like accounting for the lag, and that's kind of how it felt like working with ESLint and Prettier on like bigger projects. You like hit save and then you like wait for that half a second until it kicks in and then you start doing stuff again. So it's just like weird. I don't know. So I'm really excited for this project. Biome is looking fantastic right now. There's another one that probably like if you want to keep your eye on is the guys from what is this, Void Zero? What's it called? The oxytocin one. It's called OXC, and if you probably used stuff by Evan Yu before, Vita's one, right? I guess the only thing I'd say with this is that it seems to be more focused on just covering JavaScript and TypeScript for linting and formatting and whatnot. I don't see any HTML or CSS or anything else. I might be wrong, they might have planned it, but for now, Biome looks like to be the one that is gonna like support a wide range of stuff. In terms of like speed between the two, I've seen tests that Biome was doing better. I've seen tests that OXC was doing better. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. They're both like way faster anyway than Prettier and ESLint. So though even ESLint these days is trying to do like multi-threading or whatever, but I'm just like, whatever. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Let me know. Have you used Biome before? Do you like it? Do you not? And I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.